Congresswoman, real quick, will you apologize for your racist rhetoric inferring that white men should be put on a terror watch list just solely of the basis of the color of their skin? You don't want to apologize for your racist rhetoric, Congresswoman? Calling for white men to be profiled? Do you truly think white men are the greatest terror threat facing America?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, things are getting very real. As you can see, she's smiling there, but that smile is hiding exactly what's really going on with Ilhan Omar. So Ilhan Omar has been removed from the Foreign Affairs Committee. Right now, Marjorie Taylor Greene has taken even more action to not have her just censored, but removed and deported. What is happening? Is she facing deportation? Many people are wondering in the comments, why is this happening? If you are wondering that, it's because she went on record and said that she was stolen from her country, brought to America, and that she misses home and that she wants to return back to Somalia, and that she's doing everything she can to work for Somalia and not really the American people. So a lot of people are saying that she's a foreign agent, dressed up as a congresswoman in America. And there's video footage of that, but she's also in very huge trouble for what she has said about white men. And not only is she in trouble, I want to kind of go to James Carville here. James Carville, who is one of the top representatives of the Democrats. He's a top Democrat strategist. He's pissed off at Ilhan Omar, and then we'll go to her removal and potential deportation from Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's getting crazy. Take a listen.
Ilhan Omar says that white men are responsible for most of the deaths in the United States. So let me get this straight. 69% of the people, I'm stuck on that number, I don't know, but 69% of the people going to vote are white. Of that, 48.5 are males. So I don't know, my rough math is 33%. Let's go out and piss off 33% of the people that vote, and that's a smart strategy. And the people that agree with her. There are people that actually agree with her. And I think these people are more trouble than they're worth.
More trouble than they're worth. Top Democrat strategist who is very Trump deranged. Even he is sick and tired of the Jasmine Crockett's of the world and, Ilhan Omar. What they're saying is really coming back to haunt them. And this guy is really pissed off at Ilhan Omar. But things are beginning to only get worse. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Ilhan Omar was removed from the Foreign Affairs Committee. People in Congress don't even trust her to be a part of these committees anymore. And here is Marjorie Taylor Greene, because Marjorie Taylor Greene was on record. She was on record for basically coming out and censoring Ilhan Omar and giving her a censored letter. But here we go. So growing calls to expel and deport Ilhan Omar as a foreign agent has been exposed. Ilhan Omar has violated the oath she took as elected member of Congress by openly advancing Somalia's interests using her position, and revealed herself as a foreign agent acting on behalf of a foreign government. Again, this is all on video. This is all on record. This is what everybody has been making a big deal out of. But before we even jump into that, what's so crazy about this is there's so many people that you can think about that are foreign agents in our Congress, in our Senate, a lot. It's not just Ilhan Omar. It's a lot of them on the Republican side as well. Many people working on behalf of other foreign nations. And what does that even mean? Well, they're putting that foreign nation before ours, before our home, before our people, right? The people that live in the United States citizens. Anyways, so let's keep going. So here we go. Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene. I want to play this video throughout because here she is pissed off, but she's taken the extra step. Talking about deportation here.
Against Ilhan Omar. And the reason why I did that, and I'll just say this, censure is not going far enough. If it were up to me, we would expel Ilhan Omar and deport her out of the United States. Her comments are outrageous. She's acting as a foreign agent within our very government. She said the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia. She also said, for as long as I am in Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. Sleep in comfort knowing I am here to protect the interest of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. Ilhan Omar needs to be censured, but censure is not enough. I'm telling you right now, she's acting as a foreign agent on behalf of a foreign country. Our country is going to be taken over from the inside. She's not the only one. Look at Joe Biden. We're investigating Joe Biden for his family getting paid millions of dollars for him acting in the interest of other countries and getting rich by it. We're talking about Ukraine and Burisma. He got a prosecutor, Viktor Shokin, fired in Ukraine, and his family took millions of dollars for that. That's acting in the interest of a foreign country. That's being a foreign agent inside our government. We can move on. There's others here like that. Rashida Tlaib, she does everything she can to act in the interest of Hamas over in Gaza. She literally voted to allow Hamas terrorists to come into our country. She made that vote along with Cori Bush. Cori Bush is acting in the interest of terrorists. Rashida Tlaib and Cori Bush acting in the interest of terrorists. For as long as this continues and we allow people to serve in our government, acting as foreign agents for the interest and for the good of foreign countries and foreign peoples, our country is not safe. Ilhan Omar needs to be censured. I urge my colleagues to vote to censure her, but I also urge my colleagues that we need to join together to stop foreign agents serving in our government in the interest of foreign countries. We serve the United States of America, and that's it. We serve the American people and no other people. That's how our country needs to get back on track, and that's the only way we'll save our country.
Okay, so very interesting points here by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Again, there's many Americans who work on behalf of foreign nations. Many would make the argument that a lot of people are working for Israel and they're working on behalf of, of Israel. They're working on behalf of Hamas. They're working on behalf. There's so much going on, by the way. They're working on behalf of India. They're working on behalf of Qatar, right? Qatar. I say Qatar. Yeah, this is not new. This is something very real. But Ilhan Omar has gone to that extent of, I work for the Somalia people. And she's literally caught on camera saying some of the wildest things. Look, man, many people just don't want to have this conversation. I understand many liberals, progressives don't want to have this conversation. But you got to start to think. A lot of liberals and progressive, they don't align themselves with America. They don't care about America. Like, America could fall, and I think they'd be very happy about it. And I think that that's a very dangerous way of thinking. Why? Because, well, I live here. My family lives here. Your family lives here. Everybody's family lives here. Imagine America that has been debacled from the inside out, and then we get attacked, and then America falls. And yeah, it just seems like a lot of the people that don't really care about that stuff don't have children, don't have families, they don't take care of their families, or they don't work enough. I don't know how to explain this, but a lot of the people that I talk to and debate on this, they don't really have anything much to look forward to when it comes to like their families in America or building things in America. And maybe that's a systemic thing that happened over time where people just detached themselves for the American dream because it just became unrealistic. Looking at the other side, some of that does make sense. A lot of people that root for someone like Rashida Tlaib or root for people like, they root for the other side other than America. Well, it's because the American dream died to them, or they have seen America do some horrendous things overseas, right? We've heard about us invading Iraq when there was no weapons of mass destruction. Our soldiers have died. We have invaded countries for absolutely no reason. That could be a reason. But the problem with that is that I still live here. Yeah, we can not like our government. That doesn't mean that we then despise our country. That doesn't then we get very careless to the point where we lose it all. So it just becomes about priority. So back to my point about Ilhan Omar, that's what I think America's facing right now. Is they're choosing a whole bunch of people that don't give a damn about Americans. And they say the wildest things about white people, say the wildest things about American men as a whole. It's like, yo, what are we doing here? What type of games are we playing? These are the dangerous types. These are the ones that you might make one mistake for the next 20 years and there's nothing you can do to get it back. And I think that that's what Democrats are noticing. Democrats are noticing, whoa, we might never get our party back. We've invested in this for the last 10 years that we've lost our common sense. We've kind of let people hijack the party. And that's what I think the point here is. People hijacking the country that have no interest in furthering America. Again, there are people in Congress that care more about Israel than America. There are people here that care more about Palestine than America. That care more about where they came from or where their family came from before America. And I think that that's a very dangerous game to play because then America becomes last. There's a lot of foreign agents. Trust me, a lot of them in our Congress that want to go to war with Iran. Look at Lindsey Graham. It's another person. So we must protect the Middle East. We must protect, we like it's just like it becomes very wild. But yeah, I think these are the types of conversations we need to be having about what the next 20 years are going to look like in America, especially in Washington, D.C. See you guys on the next one.